You all never blame yourself. Every if every so if if you had to do a humiliation ritual, that means every superstar in entertainment had to do one. And I just don't believe that. Every superstar had to do one. Nobody became a superstar organically unless they gave up their manhood or did something humiliating to get there. That's what that gives off, and I'm tired of people using that as an excuse. No, take accountability. You you said the wrong things, you did the wrong things, and also your music wasn't growing. No, instead blame everybody else. That's what y'all do every time y'all fall off. It's bullshit. It really is. So we not gonna do that. We not. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Straight from the Go. I'm your host, Deep from the Go, man. We about to get straight to it. But before we get straight to it, man, I just ask that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that you all checked out that joint episode, man. I will be dropping more segment clips to these episodes now that I'm able to start curating more. So please go check out those episodes, man. And yeah, we about to get straight to it, man. We about to start off on a very heavy and sad note. I just want to send a rest in peace to the Vikings wide receiver Rondell Moore, who passed away a few days ago by the way of suicide, man. And I just want to say, man, we have to we have to take mental health seriously, man. For real, we glorify the toughness in men, and then we wonder why, and we be shocked by the fact that men suffer in silence, and then they do this. And there's been a lot of this going on. This is actually not the first situation. Well, it's still the beginning of 2026, but this is not the first situation within the last couple months where a football player, an NFL player, has committed suicide. This is not the first one. This is about the second time. The Dallas player a couple months ago just committed suicide, or what it looked like to be a suicide. They're saying that Rondell Moore had a self-inflicted gunshot in his Indiana property in his garage in his hometown. He was only 25 years young. Um, and it's just unfortunate to see men not be able to be vulnerable, or they're not taught to be vulnerable. And even myself, like I wasn't necessarily taught to be vulnerable. I was, taught, as a young black man, every young black man can relate. We're always taught to suck it up and, quit crying and man up, and never room for a young black boy to ever have their feelings hurt, which is why a lot of men do just suffer. And it's unfortunate. Oh, my knuckles is ashy. But it's very unfortunate that we have to live like that, and we've raised our young black boys like that. Um, so yeah, I just want to say rest in peace to Rondell Moore. Condolences to the family, and his loved ones. I know that's hard to hear, hard to see, hard to even think about. And I know the average American or a person out there is thinking, man, he had all this money, he had all this going for him. But mental health has nothing to do with money. And sometimes I wish the average person understood mental health has nothing to do with money. It never does. It can hide it. It can mask it. But mental health is mental health. And you have to get that checked out. Just like you all get your physical checked out, then some of y'all afraid to go to the doctor to get your physical checked out, especially that older generation, them boomers. I don't know what's up with them and the doctor, but they don't like going to the doctor. And that's why a lot of their generation suffer from certain physical issues that they could have avoided had they gone to the doctor. So please, man, get your as much as you want to get your physical checked out, get your mental health checked out as well. It's important. Okay. Um, but we're gonna move on from that. We're gonna go into I don't know if you all heard El Mencho, a cartel leader. I think he was the leader of the cartel. He was killed. Um, and I think that's gonna set off a lot in Mexico. And I think we Americans, shoot, it don't matter where you from. You need to stay far away from Mexico right now. Mexico, the videos I was looking at, I don't know if it was real, if it was fake, but if that was real, where people are hiding in airports and they going into airports and they going in there fucking shit up. I mean, burning cars. This look like the this look worse than the Rodney King LA riots in 1992. This look worse than the 2020 riots for George Floyd. This is bad. And I mean, Mexico is already one of those poor countries, poverty-ridden countries that don't have much. So this is very bad. And for y'all who don't know who El Mencho is, I believe El Mencho is really from. I want to say he was a Mexican who was in America at one time. He had got I know he showed two mug shots from when he was in San Francisco in the 80s. Um, but he was definitely the head of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. Um, he was a drug lord and the head of that. Um, and an organized crime group based in Jalisco, Mexico. Um, and he was the most wanted person in Mexico and one of the most wanted people in the United States. They had $15 million on top of this man's head. 300 million in Mexican money. Um, so I'm not really sure how that happened. Yeah, I'm trying to read more to see if they put out more. But yeah, he got killed, and I'm reading here he was wanted for drug trafficking, organized crime involving, of course, illegal possession of firearm. I mean, that's regular drug cartel stuff in Mexico. So yeah, man, I heard he wasn't nothing to play with either. Was nothing to play with, like. So I understand. I mean, I don't understand, but you know, I understand why they fucking Mexico up right now. That was their leader, and obviously everybody know the cartels run Mexico, not the government. Shoot, they got probably more high tech stuff than the government do over there. So we gonna be following that, and we gonna see what information comes out. He had to be backdoored by somebody in the or the Mexican government had help something because a drug lord just don't get killed, especially in Mexico. They just don't get killed. So something had to happen. And when we definitely will be hearing more news about it. Um, yeah, but this is a case of when you cut off the head of the cartel, you don't kill the monster, you multiply the monster. And it's about to be multiplied. They about to fuck Mexico up. So if you got a vacation to Mexico, you might want to cancel it. And I know I seen somebody. I think I had a friend in Mexico, so hopefully they safe, man. Cause you know it ain't safe out there. But I do believe like the vacation spots, they not gonna fuck that up because they still got to make their money. And if you know anything about Mexican hotels and resorts, they own that, so they not gonna fuck up the money. So I mean, I'm on one hand of just don't go out the tourist spot. Stay within the tourist area. Don't go too far out the tourist spot. I know I did that when I went to Mexico one time. I was low key nervous, but the only reason I was nervous is because one, I don't speak Spanish, and two, I don't know what they be on some shit out there. So yeah, I would just say, man, just be careful going to Mexico. Don't cancel your vacations, cause especially if they in a resort area, cause they not gonna touch that. Cartels need their money, and that's how they clean their drug money off with the money that we use to go on vacations. I ain't gonna lie, they resorts is nice too, and Mexican water is beautiful. The water in Mexico is beautiful, so yeah, man. Just be careful, be on high alert, but also have fun. Real. Now, DaBaby, we gotta talk, man. And a lot of you other falling off entertainers and rappers and hoopers and athletes, whatever. A lot of you all make excuses, and sometimes they're valid. Sometimes maybe you're right. Maybe they do try to make. I know they do this shit in Hollywood, especially it was more common back in the day than it is now. I'm almost sure it was more common. It was probably more common back then. But this is a case where you have to look yourself in the mirror and take accountability, dog. You can't say anything about humiliation ritual when you was running around in North Carolina in diapers with no pants on and no shoes, just a diaper on, with a fucking pacifier around your neck, or was it in your? It might have been. You might have had the motherfucker in your mouth. Pause. But you might have had. You might have had a pacifier in your mouth. And my thing is, I'm tired of these conspiracies. Just take accountability, dog. You first off, your people already wasn't feeling your music after a while because I ain't gonna lie, it did kind of feel like you was making the same kind of song. It ain't. It's the same with Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all kind of was making the same song. There was no versatility. We could already tell how your song was gonna go before it even started. And that's what happened with DaBaby. DaBaby was a victim of that. But then you also got on stage while you're on top of the world and said the wildest shit. He said something like, if you don't got AIDS or if you don't suck dick, woo woo woo, put your hands in the air, something like that. It was some very homophobic shit that you said. And you have to take responsibility for that. Like, it's not always a humiliation ritual. Sometimes you just make bad decisions. Sometimes you do things at the wrong moment. And in the climate we live in, You cannot make those type of statements and be homophobic. I seen somebody try to compare him to DMX. You could do that in DMX time and not get canceled for it. Because one, you didn't have social media, you ain't really have cell phones. Two, the climate has changed since about 2018, latest 2019. The climate has gotten a little more sensitive to homophobic things. You can't just say that out your mouth. Like I know when I was growing up, you can call anybody the F word. Now you can't do that. You can't use the F word. You use that, they are trying to cancel you. And DaBaby got success. He probably one of the few that got successfully canceled. Cause you don't hear no DaBaby record anywhere. Nobody's listening to DaBaby no more. And you gotta take responsibility for that. I'm tired of every time somebody fall off or um yeah, anytime somebody fall off and nobody really fucking with them like they used to no more, they always blame it on some outside shit instead of blaming themselves. You gotta look within. It reminds me of what's going on right now on the other side of entertainment in the athletic world. You guys may not have been following or may not be following, but um, Gil's Arena, Gil's Arena's Rashad McCants, right? It's a lot going on with him. D will explain what happened during not training camp, but pre-draft workouts. And D will was saying how it was supposed to be a 2-on-2, or well, the way D will explained it, it sounded like it was a 1v1. But I watched To the Baja, shout out to the Baja, with Raymond Felton, Charlie Villanueva, and Theo Pinson, and my guy Hong, even though sometimes Hong be acting like he don't know sports. Um, when Raymond Felton explained it in further detail, I understood, okay, it was a 2v2. And basically, um, it got down to the all right 2v2, and Rashad McCants said he was injured, and Julian Hodges, is it Julian or Julius? Like he from New York, Kid Hooper from New York, and he was mad. He said, "You ducking me." That's how Darren Williams said, "You ducking. You don't want to smoke." Woo woo woo. And then Rashad McCants responded yesterday on Gil's Arena, but he didn't respond with accountability. He barely addressed the situation. And anytime I watch Gil's Arena, because Rashad McCants he was a good player. If you watched basketball and college basketball during the 2000s and early 2010s and up to now, you gonna know certain players. And Rashad McCants was good. I remember Rashad McCants. I remember him coming out of North Carolina. I remember him sort of in the league. I don't remember him playing because he played on the Timberwolves. Nobody was watching the T-Wolves, but I do remember his name floating around a lot. And he also dated the Kardashian. And whenever I hear Rashad McCants talk, especially on the Gills Arena episode, especially when it comes down to certain situations that may sound similar to his, as far as like the Cam Thomas situation where people feel like he got an attitude. You could tell certain topics hit home. And sometimes when Rashad McCants talk, he doesn't sound like he's taking responsibility for what he did or for how his career went. Sometimes. Now, I'm not saying that Rashad McCants wasn't a good player. He was. He was. But you, deep down inside, Rashad McCants knows and feels he should have had a longer career than what he did in the NBA. He knows that. But up until the early 2020s, when Gilbert Arenas brought him on his platform, we don't know where Rashad McCants was at. And seeing him on Gil's Arena, sometimes you would think that like he'll take responsibility. This would be he's on a big platform now. You would think he would take responsibility for the things that he did. See, Rashad likes to blame everybody else. You have to blame yourself, Rashad. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror. It's the same with DaBaby. Y'all have to look yourselves in the mirror for how y'all career came and went. You can't blame everybody else. And I don't like that people use the humiliation ritual thing because they know that fans will feed into it. They know fans believe that there are humiliation rituals. They know that. They know not Rashad McCants, but DaBaby. DaBaby knows that people will kind of believe him if he say that. But what I've seen on Twitter is well mainly Twitter because I'm Twitter is where people really tell their thoughts in writing. A lot of people not fucking with that excuse. Everybody see right through that. It's a bullshit excuse, DaBaby. You can't sit there and blame humiliation rituals and blame everybody else. Blame yourself. That's what pisses me off. You all never blame yourself. Every if every so if if you had to do a humiliation ritual, that means every superstar in entertainment had to do one. And I just don't believe that. Every superstar had to do one. Nobody became a superstar organically unless they gave up their manhood or did something humiliating to get there. That's what that gives off, and I'm tired of people using that as an excuse. No, take accountability. You you made some bad decisions. You said the wrong things, you did the wrong things, and also your music wasn't growing. Just take accountability. No, instead, blame everybody else. That's what y'all do every time y'all fall off. Blame everybody else. It's bullshit. It really is. So we not gonna do that. We not. Anyway, let's move on. I also want to send a rest in peace to Lil Papa. Um, we talked about suicide early on in the episode. I believe Lil Papa is believed that he committed suicide as well. Um, yeah, he died by suicide as well. He got into a car crash in Georgia, then fatally shot himself in the head after crashing the car. Sounds like he tried to kill himself in a car accident first, and that shit ain't work. So he boomed himself. So rest in peace to him. But this doesn't just stop at him shooting himself. Well, first off, I want to say, man, mental health awareness, man. Mental health awareness. Men. Go to therapy. 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 As much as I preach, health is wealth physically, health is wealth mentally as well, spiritually, emotionally. Get that shit out. Let that shit out. Don't keep that shit in. But anyway, Lil Papa's memorial ceremony was shot up the other day. I heard 4 people were shot. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check now to see if there were any deaths, but I know 4 people were wounded. Um, yeah, 4 people were wounded. I'm not sure if anybody died. Oh, it says, well, now it's saying 10 people in 3 Jacksonville areas shooting into. Okay, so It looks like a lot of shit going on over there in Jacksonville. But as far as I read, 4 people were shot. Um, and I don't understand. I don't understand this one because he died by suicide. Usually, because it happens in Chicago where gang violence happens, and we've seen funerals get shot up. That's why I usually don't go to a lot of a lot of fallen soldiers' funeral. The only one I went to was my cousin's. That was active in the streets, and and we had police presence out there too, because we didn't know. But yeah, I don't go to a lot of gang funerals because people do be trying to come through and shoot that up too, and then they don't even know who the fuck they hitting. How can you shoot up a funeral? And my thing with shooting up funerals and memorials, right? You do know them people, family is present. It's not just your ops. This was Chicago, Jacksonville, anywhere who do this dumbass shit, who shoot up memorials and funerals, hitting innocent people who got nothing to do with what the fuck y'all got going on in the streets. I'm tired of that. That shit is annoying, bro. It's annoying because your ops is not the only people at these funerals. These people got real deal family members. Now, what if you just hit a little kid because you trying to look tough and shoot up a funeral? Like, the shit is goofy. Y'all is goofy. Y'all don't even hit the target. Y'all hit other people who ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And now it's just a wave of violence. And memorials shouldn't be crime scenes. These families are trying to grieve in peace. They're trying to mourn safely. They're trying to mourn in peace. But if you can't mourn in peace, if you can't mourn in a safe environment, what does that say about their environment? What does that say about where we live in? What does that say about the culture? We have to do better as black people. And I understand that violence amongst our own group will always be the norm, sort of, because, it happens amongst other groups too. More white people kill each other than other groups. More Mexican or Latinos kill each other than other groups. Asian, it, but we kill each other at such a high rate, like it's crazy and it's unsafe, and it shouldn't be that way. We need to do better. For real, we need to do better. This shit not cool. Nobody wants to live in an environment like this. We can't even have good businesses within our neighborhoods because you all fuck it up. And y'all fuck it up for everybody. Y'all don't just fuck it up for y'all fuck it up for everybody. So, yeah, we gotta stop this cycle. Not just in rap, but in black culture. We need to stop this cycle. This wasn't just a rap thing. Cause clearly the dude didn't even die from getting shot by somebody else. He shot his own self. And then his memorial gets shot up for what? Y'all didn't do shit to that man. But now y'all want to come to the memorial and fuck it up. And his family is there grieving, mourning. Don't make sense. Some more street business going on. Chief Keef did a song with Young Boy, and we'll get into that later. Um, OTF and O Block is mad. They upset, and I seen Ike Muna post something. It said if y'all was here, he posted a picture of King Von, T. Roy, and Jay Munna. For y'all from Chicago, most of y'all probably know who those are. Not Jay Mona, but Jay Money. Go on, Jay Money. Um, He said if y'all was here, niggas wouldn't dare go against this shit. We forever gonna prosper and stand strong. I'm O Block for life. Rep nothing else on my daughter. So O Block and OTF is mad. And the thing is, bro, Chief Keef been not fucking with O Block. And maybe Ike Muna, he's a little young. I think he's only 20, maybe 21. He's no older than 21 years old. You need to sit this one out, young fella. You need to sit this one out. You wasn't there. You wasn't even a teenager during the time that Chief Keef was really popular and popping in O Block. Chief Keef not the same person he was 13, 14, 15 years ago no more. He's just not. And he been not fucking with O Block since it's alleged that they robbed his house. Boss top. And Von and T Roy fell right under that. Now I heard King Von was in jail during that time, so he wasn't there, but he sure wasn't against it either. And he spoke out a little bit during when he was alive. It didn't sound like he regretted it or he cared that it happened. And you see, they never did a song together. You never seen them in no pictures. And Von was out and alive for like 3 years. Von was around G Herbo. He was around Polo G. I think even Juice World. He was around a bunch of other people. But my thing is with this Chief Keef and Youngboy, bro, y'all can't be mad, bro. Y'all crossed that man. O Block and OTF, y'all crossed Sosa multiple times. In the real times we know is about him being robbed at his house. Well, he wasn't robbed personally. Nobody walked him on Sosa and robbed him, but they went into his house and robbed, took shit out of his house, stole from him. And then it's alleged that y'all had something to do with his cousin Blood Money being killed. Why would he want to fuck with y'all? Especially if y'all had something to do with my cousin being killed. Just fuck y'all. So that's why I didn't understand Ike Muna's post, because it's like, bro, you wasn't there. You was a kid. Like, not even a big kid. You was a little kid. You was probably still in Pampers. You was like 4 years old when Chief Keef was moving around O Block. Maybe older, 6 years old. You wasn't even that old, shorty. You were young. So you can't say what Sosa would have done and what he wouldn't have done. Sosa would have done it regardless if King Von was here or not. I don't know who y'all think these niggas are. Like, they supposed to be scared of them. They not. Sosa come from the same block King Von come from. Same environment. And if you haven't peeped, Sosa does what he want to do. Like, my thing about the streets, bro, the streets, they don't necessarily want you to grow. They don't prioritize growth. They don't want growth. The streets want you to stay where you are. They want loyalty. Even even if it costs you money, which is when we go into the Lil Durk trial. Now they're allowing lyrics and they're allowing interviews, they're allowing certain shit in the Lil Durk trial. Doing what this is why Chief Keef didn't do the shit that he did. Because look at Lil Durk. And I know and Chief Keef, he he been cutting niggas off for over a decade. Y'all just ain't realized it. He just came back to Chicago a couple years ago for the first time. In over a decade. Over a decade, Sosa ain't been back to the city. And y'all think he give a fuck about a OTF or a O Block? Y'all need to wake up, man. This is exactly this is exactly why Chief Keef don't fuck with the hood no more. Look at Lil Durk. He could be in jail for the rest of his life after being on top of the world. Think about that. And y'all want Chief Keef. Y'all want Chief Keef to be loyal to the hood. And see, look what I said, man. The streets won't they don't want growth. They want loyalty, even if it costs you millions of dollars. You got millions of dollars, but they still want you to be involved in the street shit. And now look at Lil Durk. And the crazy part, I'm not a fan of lyrics being used in court. If that's the case, shit. A lot of people in the industry, Hollywood should be on trial if lyrics can be used. Not just rappers, not just artists, directors, producers. There should be a lot of people on trial in Hollywood. But hey, free Lil Durk, man. Free Durk, man. For real. Some more rap beef. Um, 50 Cent versus T.I. and the Harris family. So this all started from a versus. T.I. said in the $1 million worth of game interview that 50 Cent said behind the scenes that he would do the verses. And then he backed out. And T.I. called him out. And this off the top of my head, T.I. basically said, you ducking. You ducking. And y'all know how 50 Cent is. 50 is petty. 50 went on Instagram and he posted the picture of Tiny. And he said, keep my name out your mouth. And King Harris, one of T.I.'s sons, got involved and was basically, saying, go dig your mama up. Your mama dead. Stop posting about my mama. Woo woo. 50 troll back and posted like the frog that be crying. He he posted that. And King Harris posted some again. T.I. made a diss track. I think T.I. posted on Instagram yesterday. I'm finna check, but T.I. posted something yesterday out with his family. Um, yeah, and I think he just. Oop, I didn't mean to play that, but I think it just went somewhere that it didn't have to go. Yeah, he posted. Ti posted a couple of days. My biggest flex is being able to protect my mama until I could provide her a better life, which is a shot at 50 Cent. So basically, Ti siding with his son. Basically, that's what Ti doing. He's siding with his son. His son went there. Ti going there, and you know, I think it's time. I don't want to beef with 50 Cent, but I do because 50 he beefing with a lot of people at the moment, not just Ti. He he kind of beefing with Jim Jones and them. Even though I don't think Jim Jones really laughing it off and he just taking it all in. Like I don't think Jim Jones really cared. And I've heard Jim Jones say before. I've heard Jim Jones say like, whenever my name is mentioned, I'm gonna use that moment to basically promote myself. And Jim Jones, I fuck with. That's actually smart, good or bad. He gonna use that moment, but Yeah, this joke always comes up every time 50 is beefing with somebody, but a lot of people understand why 50 got shot 9 times. This nigga don't let up. But I think this 50, I think him getting shot 9 times is the reason why he act the way he do. I don't think he was acting like this before he got shot. I think since he got shot 9 times, it's like I survived. Now I'm finna troll you niggas. Y'all tried to get me out here. I'm trolling anybody who ever tried to beef with me. And you can't beat 50 at this petty shit. You can't beat him. You know, I love both artists. I grew up on both of these guys. They both mean something at some point in my life to me. Um, and I don't think anybody chasing clout. Both of them have a lot of followers and a lot of fans. Neither one of them need clout. Um, and nobody's gonna get hurt. These niggas is what 45. Well, I know Ti like 45. 50 is 50. So it ain't gonna go down no violence. It's gonna be some internet games, fun jokes back and forth. King Harris was a little serious, but King, you know, you gotta calm down. You're a little scrawny still anyway. You need to put some muscle on your ass to fuck with 50. You still a little boy as far as body type. Now age, you might be over the age of 18, but you still a little boy as far as like your body type. You ain't ready to get down with 50 yet, shorty. But I understand him protecting his mama because I would do the same thing. If somebody tried to do that to my mom, I'm like, no, hold on, shorty. Now you bringing my mama into it, so now I'm into it. Cause it's it's not just Ti's wife; she has kids, and you just post something mocking her, and making fun of her. Like I know Tiny ain't the prettiest lady nowadays, but back in the day when she was with Escape, she was that. So don't just minimize her to what she is now. But yeah, 50, 50 is hilarious. I like that he got in the booth, did it the old school way. We know 50 ain't gonna get in no booth because 50 really don't got no bars like that. He never had bars like that anyway. 50 was a song maker. And he wasn't really a disser. Like Chief Keef is like another 50 where he's a song maker, he's not lyrical, but Chief Keef can diss. So it's like, cause he come from that. So, but yeah, nothing but 50, man. You gotta stop beefing with everybody. You gotta have some friends. Good Lord, he beefing with the Combs family. Of course, he's still beefing with Ja Rule, and Ja Rule and um Ja Rule just got into a fight on the airplane with a couple of the G Unit members, man. Man, crazy as hell. And then you beefing with Jim Jones, you beefing with T.I., man. You can't be beefing with everybody, 50. Shout out 50, man. Shout out T.I. Shout out Tiny and King and the whole Harris family, man. Um, let's move on to some a little bit more serious. Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, they were presenting an award at the BAFTA. If you all don't know what the BAFTA is, the BAFTA Awards is basically the British American. I mean, excuse me, not British American. The British Academy of Film and Television Arts. Um, I think they're under the BBC, the British something. I know it's a British company, and I guess somebody with Tourette's apparently called Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo while they presented the award the N word, and it just goes to show, man, black people are not respected in a lot of countries that are majority white. I mean, the British were some of the people that enslaved us, so I don't expect them to respect us as people. Um, Black culture is worldwide, but the respect for black people is still under review, and we still get very little respect. And it's sad because y'all love our culture, but y'all don't love us. It's the same thing with the Bad Bunny thing, right? You all love tacos, y'all love chips and guac, y'all love burritos, y'all love Hispanic food, y'all love Mexican food, y'all love Puerto Rican cuisine, y'all love Cuban cuisine. You all love a lot of Spanish speaking cuisines, but then you disrespect them by saying, "Oh, this ain't an American halftime show," and I'm just talking because it's more. It's not just this situation, right? We're American. I'm gonna watch. I forgot who the fuck was playing on Kid Rock. I'm gonna watch Kid Rock instead of Bad Bunny, even though I'm at the Super Bowl and I already bought the ticket, so technically I'm still supporting Bad Bunny. Dummy. Like this racist shit. This is sad to me because for one, the guy should have been kicked out the awards, but y'all give Tourette's. Y'all want to put Tourette's on it, whatever. So why he didn't say that when anybody else went up? Exactly. Just because he had Tourette's don't mean he didn't fucking mean it. And we gonna quit. This is what they do. They always want to make excuses for why white people did shit. But for black person with Tourette's said the C word, y'all would be up in arms. See, white people, they, when anybody gives them just a quarter of what they do to everybody else, they want to play victim. But when they flat out just be rude and racist for no reason, it's all y'all being soft, woo woo. No, that's disrespectful. Y'all use the N word, and especially the hard ER, to degrade us. Don't try to rewrite history. Y'all have no respect for black people, not only here in America, but also those white populated countries such as where these awards took place, and the British speaking in the UK, basically. So, in other news, something else happened this week. FBI Director Cash Patel, he is under fire right now. Apparently, he went to the hockey game, the gold medal Olympic hockey game, where the USA won. Congratulations to the USA. I'm not a hockey fan, and though America don't really support black people, I still support the country especially when it comes to sports, because it's the only country I know. So congratulations to the hockey team. But he's under fire after being caught on camera chugging beer in the locker room, kicking it with the hockey team, and you know, I look at it one way where our leaders should be able to have fun, but not on our dime. And not also that, he was caught lying about being at the Olympics. He was caught lying. And, you know, a lot of people didn't like I've been on Cash Patel since I heard about him. Um, our girl Jasmine Crocker, she did a number on him. And I looked at his history too. He don't have a history of being in the FBI. but he's the FBI director. He's just a Trump puppet. And these people in this term who work with Trump, they gon' they get to do whatever they want with no repercussions. Whatever they want, they could do. We no longer have leaders. We don't have leaders. We have puppets. We have performers. We have people who is making this their stage. It's a lot of shit happening in the world, but our FBI director is chugging beer. See, I'm cool with you going to the Olympic Games, but don't be chugging beer on camera. It makes it look like you're not taking things serious. And yeah. So we're gonna move on from that though. But anyway, um, I've been seeing something on social media lately, and we about to really get to the end of what I'm talking about. I've been seeing a lot on social media lately about the downfall of Instagram. Has Instagram fallen off? And low key, as a person who's been using Instagram since the beginning of time, I'm going to say that Instagram has indeed fallen off. Even though they've added a lot more, and it's a lot that adds to the fall off of Instagram. I think Instagram biting off different apps. Let's start there. That's one reason. Two, because I got them listed. I think it's an oversaturation thing. You all get. I don't know why Instagram added reels. I'm not sure why they did that. I don't think that was smart. But also Instagram used to be about connection. Now everybody is their own celebrity. People only want to post certain pictures that look like this, that look like that. Instagram used to be a picture where a place where you could post different pictures. And you didn't care about necessarily how they looked necessarily. It was just for fun. And that's why I tell people, because I'm a teenager. Well, I'm not a teenager, but I'm a person who was a teenager when Instagram first came out. When Instagram first got popular around 2011, 2012. I've had an Instagram for 15 years. So I know how Instagram used to be. And Instagram is not the same no more. I remember back in the day, man, Instagram, you could only post pictures. Videos, you had to go third party. It wasn't all these damn stories. It wasn't all these damn lives. It wasn't all these damn reels. And I think Instagram caters more to celebrities nowadays. Instagram was more fun back then. You had fun with Instagram. I remember shit we used to do, to be honest, is on post memes, good morning posts, good afternoons. Like, we just used to be doing shit, ratings. Like, it was a fun app. It was meant for fun. It was meant for connection. We didn't even have DM. DM wasn't even a thing yet. DM didn't become a thing in like 2014, maybe 2013, late 2013, but definitely 2014. And you had to put your number under the comments. You had to act. You had to spit game under the comments. Now I'm glad they kind of moved on from that. Nobody should be putting their whole phone number under a post so everybody can see it. But the point is, Instagram used to be fun. Now Instagram is about everybody looking right, everybody trying to show that they live this lifestyle. And it seems like everything in life is done for the gram. You know, like I remember being with somebody and they said, "Oh, why you don't post this?" Because I'm not here for Instagram. We didn't post our food on Instagram back then. So why I gotta do it now? I can understand. Even Snapchat, we didn't do that statics. It wasn't about that on Instagram back then. It was just about posting. and just having fun. Of course, you wanted a good picture on there, but everything wasn't about like, oh, I gotta look this way, I gotta look that way, trying to impress other people. It wasn't about that. It became like that over time. Instagram used to be fun. Somewhere around the latter part of the 2010s, it just fell off to me. It been fell off. But I just got back on Instagram because, a lot of people still get on there and it's still easier to connect with people than a Twitter. So, yeah, I'm Instagram, man. Instagram used to be my favorite app in the early 2010s. My favorite one. Then Snapchat. Twitter was always there. I love Twitter. So, I mean, it's just crazy, man. And then the thing with Instagram, you don't even see posts in chronological order no more. That's the other thing about Instagram. You all are focused on advertising. You all are focused on celebrities. Y'all don't even give a fuck about who we follow no more. And that's another reason Instagram is falling off. It's really bad now. Like I can barely scroll on my timeline. I can't even see people who posted pictures until a week later sometimes. 5 days later, 3 days later, 2 days later. It'd be insane. How don't I see the people I follow pictures? Like, bro, back then when my followers used to post a picture, like it's crazy because my pictures back then used to get 300, 400, 500 likes. Now I'm getting just over 100 now. It don't make sense. It don't. And they cater more to influencers and celebrities, and I don't like it. A Chicago Twitter debate. Um, yeah, man. My Chicagoans. You know what? No, we gonna get into it, man. So what was said basically it started off with a tweet about saying that if you from Chicago, you don't use we don't use other people's lingos basically. And this person got upset and said we developing main character syndrome ever since drill hip hop went mainstream. I know it's all cities that get popular by the way of rap began to take on this weird personality. Woo woo woo. And I want to say music and build. It's on Twitter. Um, you need to do you need to do your history on Chicago. I'm not gonna get into it on here because I gotta wrap up a little bit soon. But yeah, don't speak on Chicago. You don't know shit about Chicago. Clearly, if you think we went popular because of drill music, you don't know shit about Chicago. I got an episode on the history of Chicago. You should check it out because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And a lot of y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about when it comes to the city of Chicago. Stop limiting my city down to drill and rap. Like that was cool and all, but that's we that's not our like no. That's not what we famous for. And we never was famous for rap. We've had a lot of more rappers lately. We had athletes before rappers and we had entertainers before. Like, what are you talking about? Shaka Khan is from Chicago. What's my guy that just passed away? Fuck. Either way, we got some real legends from Chicago. And I can't. I'm. My brain. I got a brain fart right now. But yeah, you should really do your homework on Chicago. I ain't got time to get into it, but yeah, nobody defends their city like Chicago. Especially, it don't matter wrong or right. We gonna defend this motherfucking city. Don't talk shit about the city like that. It don't matter if you from the south, east, west, or north side. We coming for anybody who try to talk down on our city like we just known for drill. The fuck out of here, nigga. Um, let's get into Ron Harper for a little bit. I just want to say, so basically, Ron Harper had an interview during the All Star Weekend break, and he was with his sons after I think the Shootout Challenge, and they asked him about you know his sons and was his always a dream for him, and he basically said, "No, I'm not LeBron. I don't force my kids to play." Ooh. It don't matter what he said after that. It's the fact that you said I'm not LeBron. Yeah, you're not LeBron. LeBron is arguably the greatest player of all time, for one. And two, I'm tired of this old head hating ass energy. LeBron didn't have to get dragged into that, but you wanted to mention that for a little 15 minutes of your name being talked about because nobody has talked about Ron Harper since the 90s. The fuck out of here, nigga. Like, I'm tired of that hating. I hate that hating shit. That's some hating ass energy right there. You had no reason to bring Bron up, but you wanted to. And my thing is, LeBron didn't force his kids to play. His kids wanted to play. They wanted to play. Brownie wanted to play. And then you was on Twitter supporting it. You said if you could, you would too. So why you mad that LeBron doing it? Why you doing like don't do this two-faced shit, this hating ass shit that y'all do. Like sometimes sometimes y'all just can't let it go. Y'all can't let the spotlight go. And also, it don't help that you were not only a teammate of Michael Jordan, you was a teammate of Kobe Bryant. But I think he was mainly defending Mike because he only played with Kobe for like a year. And I don't know if he was defending Mike or not because you didn't have to defend Mike. Mike don't need to be defended. We know who Michael Jordan is. Mike is arguably the greatest ever too. They both arguably the greatest ever. So I just think you didn't have to mention LeBron's name. I thought that was whack. That was weak as fuck, and you bogus as hell for that. Yeah, the auto show experience was great. I had fun. Um, I went the last day. And if you got auto show in your city, you gotta check it out. I'm definitely gonna be at the auto show next year. This year I got to drive the electric car, self-drive Tesla for the first time. I never been in I never drove an electric car. I've been in one, but never drove one. And man, this was fun. Man, I tell you, we got on the Lakeshore Drive, self drive. It parked for me. I had to park it, even though I know how to park. But it was dope to see that. Would I ever get an electric car? No. Well, not an electric car. Would I ever get a self drive car? Hell no. I'm not ready for that yet. Um, we'll see in another decade if I'm ready for that. Right now, I'm not ready for a self-drive car. But I had fun. I seen a bunch of cars in that man that I would love to get. That's why I hate going to the auto show. We'd be like, "Ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that." But I did find cars like that I would want in the future for like my family, like when I have a family, when I have kids. So I did see those type of cars. Um, I seen cars that I want for leisure, like for me and my lady when we go out. A two-door Maybach. I seen that. So I definitely seen cars that I would get not only in the I would get for the future. For I seen an everyday car I would get, my leisure car just for me and my girl. Well, me and my wife later on. During by the time I get that car, it should be me and my wife. And when we have a family, um, I seen that too. So I had a fun time. It was a good time. I love the auto show. I hadn't been in like a decade, and it was good to go as a grown man compared to a teenager because now I could really drive now. Last time I went, I wasn't able to drive yet. I think I was like 15. It was like 2014 last time I went. So and then before another topic before I get into music, I just want to say rest in peace to Jesse Jackson, man. I probably should have did this one earlier, but I had to give Jesse his own Spaceman Jesse Jackson is a civil rights leader. He was an activist. Uh, he was a mentee of Martin Luther King. He was what I think he was like 27 when Martin Luther King passed, so got killed, assassinated. Um, he ran for president twice. He was the leader of the Push movement, Rainbow Push. I met Jesse Jackson a couple times, well, more than a couple times. I met him a few times, and I shook his hand. Even had um, about 3 to 5 minute conversation with him. It was just good to be in the presence of a legend like that who fought for our people, who did things that some people were afraid of. Even him being in the presidential race twice, he made it possible for Barack Obama to run. And we have to give our legends their flowers and salute to you, man, Jesse. You made some mistakes, but you also corrected them. And, you know, him being in Chicago for all these years and just meeting him and just being in his presence, man, was good to meet you. And I thank God for letting us cross paths. Um, and condolences to your family, your loved ones, and everybody a part of the Rainbow Push movement, man. Sending prayers over there, and I was glad to be a part of it on a few occasions. So thank you, Jesse Jackson, for your work. Well done, sir. Thank you. And we have to realize, like, another thing before I move on, we need to realize, like, we as black people, we need to start fighting again. This is our time to fight. If you're over the age of 21, it's time to get in the field, start fighting, fighting for our rights. We stand on foundations we didn't build, and then we forget about the ones who built them, who poured the concrete. I was watching a movie, Joe College Road Trip, and he was saying a lot of shit just like that. He was saying that his generation and the generations before him, basically did the hard work. And they did. They did the hard work. They had to go through racism. They had to go through getting their ass beat, getting killed for us to be where we are now. And even though we're not where we want to be, we still need to fight. Because the climate is not the same as it was back then. It's a lot easier now than it was back then. Back then, yeah, they were dying for this shit. So let's let's um let's fight. Let's fight again. We need to fight for our rights, man. But anyway, we're gonna end on a great note. Jill Scott, I love the album. That's a 10 out of 10 album, man. 10 out of 10 album. Great album. I love the Jill Scott album. Uh, Larry June Currency and the Alchemist Spiral Staircases, man. That's a vibe. I love that album. That's an album you sit and smoke some weed to, dog, and just kick back. They was just talking that shit in that. Then also some singles dropped. You had Baby King, Casino. Well, no, that's an album. That's an album, excuse me. Great album. Love the album. I listened to it. Album's been killing it this year. Hip hop is going crazy too, but R&B been the one really doing it, especially the R&B ladies. The song that OTF and O Block was mad about, Chief Keef, Young Boy, Mike Will made it rooms. Great song. Happy to see the leader of the old YNs and the leader of the new YNs get on the song. Man, it was great song. I think they should do an album together. Sosa and Young Boy, they should do an album together. Kim One Love, That's a good song. That's gonna be a good song for the old school people, especially the old heads. They gonna love that one. I can see that one being definitely getting major play, and especially at some of these old school parties. I can see that. Ty Dolla Sign and Leon Thomas. This is just a single on what's coming from Ty Dolla Sign called "Miss You Too." Great vibes. Of course, Leon Thomas. It seemed like he ain't been missing on these features. And Ty Dolla Sign, we know what he can do, man. He always a vibe. Vaughn off 1700 through. Some of y'all who like drill music, some of us who like drill. This is a new age drill rapper. He actually can rap a little bit. And it seemed like on this song, he kind of got out of that old flow that he was doing, which is good because I want to see him grow more as a rapper, not doing the same flows and any of that. But I loved it. Well, I wouldn't say I loved it. I liked it. Compared to the rest of this, I liked it. And then Tink and Herb, it seemed like Tink and Herb, they got a little thing going where they know how to make music together. It seemed like Herb, they get better and better every time they make a song together. It's called Gang. I like it, especially because it's a all Chicago R&B and rap fusion. I like it. So I really really do. I like all these songs honestly. I say I like everything, but I do. It's been music has been music has stepped their game up this year. Like it's really stepping up. Like you can't come with no bullshit. I ain't really heard no bullshit this year, especially from the ones I'm really trying to listen to. I feel like everybody's stepping their shit up since that beef, Kendrick and Drake beef. Music, hip hop, and R&B has stepped their game up. All this bullshit, microwave bullshit they was putting out some of these past years, they ain't getting away with it no more. So yeah, man, mid was the normal, but we getting back into greatness, and this is what we need to expect. Um, but that's gonna be the end of the show, man. I enjoyed recording this episode. Had a lot of fun. Make sure y'all go check out that last episode with me and the Yabo members. Also go check out the other interview with Shaky Bucks. Go check out my other videos, man. And please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, man. I love y'all. Peace.